everyone. This is Mike Talks Cars podcast. Are there vehicles in your life that have had an impact on you? Are there often memories in your lives that are somehow tied to the vehicles that you drove? I have a bunch. Here's one of them. When I first met my wife, there were more reasons than I can count for why I asked her to study with me to prepare for an exam that first time. There were even more reasons why I later asked her to marry me. One very small but emotional influence to that decision may have been when she pointed out her car to me in the parking lot outside her dorm. It was a 1966 Ford Mustang, red with a pony interior. I was never on the edge with this woman, but I got a strong push into the relationship when I realized that she knew it had a 289 HO under the hood and was highly collectible. I couldn't believe that I had found this gorgeous blonde that also spoke my language, cars. That Mustang was another spark in the fire that changed my life forever. Yes, she's still with me, and yes, she still talks cars with me. I spent a decade selling Fords, pretty much in self-defense. Her father was a full-on blue oval man and had spent his career selling Fords. Back then, if you asked my wife who built the best cars, she wouldn't even hesitate. Ford was the answer. Her world has expanded quite a bit since then, with me working for several different manufacturers over my career. Let's just say I sold a lot of Fords, and Mustang became one of my favorites, because of reasons. I will never forget the first Mustang GT 5-liter that I sold. It was a Fox body convertible with a manual transmission. So fun to drive. Then, there was the first Mustang SVO that I sold. Turbo 4-cylinder, also with a manual. That thing was brutal. Nothing refined about it. And I loved it. Looking at Mustang's history, you'll find high points and low points, many of both. I used to get pretty cranked up over their insistence in keeping a live axle rear end for so long. I preferred my performance cars to have independent rear suspension. The first generation Mustang was so easy to love. By the 5th generation, Mustang was actually a pretty good car. The 6th gen Mustang showed emotion and a commitment that you had to admire. Now, the 7th generation of this icon has been announced, and look out world, Ford is pushing Mustang even further forward into the aspirational sports car space. Forget supercars. You can own a vehicle with a 5-liter Coyote engine and manual transmission in a vehicle that has not forgotten where it came from. The 2024 Ford Mustang will be available in 3 flavors to begin with. A base model with a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine and automatic transmission will be the everyday Mustang. A GT 5-liter will also be offered. Either a 6-speed Tremec manual transmission derived from the GT 350 or a 10-speed automatic will back that one up. Finally, there's the first ever Mustang Dark Horse. Now, this model will have a 500 horsepower Coyote 5-liter engine under the hood, and pick your poison for transmission with this one also. The style and design show that they are still a Mustang, but with an even more modern crispness to that image. There are even differences between the models that make each unique. After all, if you spring for the Dark Horse model, you'll want to know that you will stand out. The interior styling is also very up to date. You have a well-designed cockpit with excellent screen usage. You can select all kinds of things from those screens. The fully digital instrument cluster can even be configured to personalize the experience. I know which dash configuration I would choose. They have a Fox body instrumentation cluster, complete with white needles and that signature green glow that I know so well. Total nostalgia. There are a lot of modern and performance cues to the interior as well. For example, the Dark Horse Mustang has a flat-bottom steering wheel. There's a track computer built into the performance models, and the entire vehicle benefits from the fact that this Mustang was fully vetted on the track. Don't even get me started on the fact that there's a drift brake available on this beast. We don't have a ton of specs and final details to offer you yet, but you can count on me covering Mustang again when those details become available. We expect to see the 2024 Ford Mustang arrive in dealerships early next summer. Do you have a story to share? Feel free to put it in the comments below, or leave me a voice message at anchor.fm/Mike-Talks-Cars. This is Mike Little, signing off for now. You go have yourself a very